If you're looking for a camera that has the latest digital technology, but still honors the old-school mentality of film photography, Fujifilm should be your #1 stop. Generally speaking, the company makes versatile cameras aimed primarily at photography enthusiasts. These days, Fujifilm only produces mirrorless cameras and, unlike some of its competitors, focuses primarily on cameras with APS-C sensors, in addition to offering a range of premium point-and-shoots and being a leader in the medium format market. The brand is also known for its Kaizen philosophy, which translates to continuous improvement, meaning they'll often continue to release substantial firmware updates for older cameras well past the point that other brands would typically stop. To help you find the right model, we've listed the top 5 best Fujifilm cameras and their key features, plus the things you need to consider to help you choose the best one for you. And as always, you can check pricing for any of these products in the description below. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Now let's get started. Number 5. Fujifilm X100V. Fujifilm's X100 series has long been a favorite among pros and street photographers, and the Fujifilm X100V is one of the best models to ever come out of that lineup. In fact, demand for it became so high that it's basically impossible to find one at a reasonable price these days. Now that the Fujifilm X100Vi is out, Fujifilm is yet again struggling to meet demand, so we've yet to get our hands on one to test it. But these cameras are without a doubt the best point-and-shoots in Fujifilm's lineup, and, therefore, deserve a spot on the list. While the X100V isn't the most compact of compact cameras, it's very well built, with a fantastic prime lens, tilting screen, and the same old-school exposure dials that Fujifilm cameras are known for. The standout feature, however, is the camera's hybrid optical-electronic viewfinder flip a switch, and it goes from an optical rangefinder to a high-res EVF, letting you engage with your surroundings or monitor your exposure in real time. That, plus a tried-and-true sensor with excellent image quality and film simulation profiles. And it's no surprise that the general public is going feral over these cameras. The lens also has a built-in ND filter, so you can use a wider aperture or slower shutter speed on brighter days. Its fixed 35mm equivalent focal length is well suited to street scenes and everyday subjects, though it isn't as versatile as a fixed zoom lens for farther away subjects. Unfortunately, the camera's ergonomics can take some getting used to. Also, while it's mostly weather-sealed, you need to purchase separate accessories for its lens to fully protect against moisture and dust. Number 4. Fujifilm X-T32. The Fujifilm X-T32 is among the best entry-level options in Fujifilm's lineup. It uses the same sensor found in the Fujifilm X-S20 and higher-end Fujis of its generation, like the Fujifilm X-T4, so you'll get excellent image quality straight out of the camera. The big difference here is in design. With a highly compact and lightweight body, the X-T32 is one of the most portable camera bodies in Fuji's lineup. Unlike the X-S20, you also get dedicated exposure dials, giving you a more hands-on shooting experience that makes it a breeze to adjust settings on the fly. On top of that, its tilting screen is great for waist-level shooting. This camera is also notably cheaper than the X-S20, although its autofocus system is less reliable than newer generations of Fujifilm cameras. Still, this is one of the best Fujifilm cameras for beginners, or those who need something highly portable for travel or street photography. The Fujifilm X-T32 is good for travel photography. It has a small, lightweight body that feels well built and makes it easy to take on the go. JPEG photos look excellent straight out of the camera, with minimal noise and pleasing colors. While it has plenty of physical dials and buttons that make it easy to adjust settings on the fly, it can also feel a bit cramped due to its small size. Its battery life is also somewhat limited, although you can always buy spare batteries or charge this camera on the go with a portable power bank. Number 3. Fujifilm X-S20. The Fujifilm X-S20 is an excellent hybrid camera for intermediate shooters. It's one of the best mid-range models on the market from any brand, with a great mix of advanced photo and video features at a lower price than the cameras mentioned above. With a comfortable hand grip and a more typical PSM dial, rather than dedicated exposure dials, it's more accessible than the Fujifilm X-T5, but more portable than the Fujifilm X-H2S, offering the best of both worlds. While it uses an older 4th generation 26-megapixel X-Trans sensor, it still captures excellent image quality. Its autofocus system does a great job tracking moving subjects, and it has a fantastic battery life for a mirrorless camera. Plus, it has IBIS to help with handheld shooting and 4K recording at up to 60 FPS, albeit with a slight crop. Not bad for a camera at this price point. The Fujifilm X-S20 is great for travel photography. It has a relatively portable and lightweight design that's good for travel, and its battery life is excellent for a mirrorless camera. Beyond that, image quality is great, with excellent colors straight out of the camera and film simulation profiles to play with the look and tone of your photos. Plus, its autofocus system works very well, with an excellent auto-subject detection mode that automatically detects and tracks different kinds of subjects. The camera doesn't have any kind of weather sealing though. Its viewfinder is also on the smaller side. Number 2. Fujifilm X-T5. If you're looking for the old-school shooting experience that Fujifilm is known for, turn to the XT series, the latest of which is the Fujifilm X-T5. With a notably more compact body than the Fujifilm X-H2S, and dedicated exposure dials that harken back to the days of film photography, this camera offers more of a purist photography experience for those who prefer more manual control over their exposure settings. Its three-way tilting screen is also ideal for waist-level shots and street photos. Beneath that exterior is the same 40.2 megapixel sensor found in the Fujifilm X-H2, so you'll get stunning detail and plenty of cropping leeway. With a shallower grip, it may not be as comfortable to shoot with, particularly for those with larger hands, but it's much more portable for street shooting and travel. Though photography is the name of the game here, don't overlook the X-T5 for video either. It has some excellent video specs, although unlike the X-H2 and X-H2S, it lacks internal support for Apple ProRes codecs. The Fujifilm X-T5 is great for travel photography. It's relatively portable, has a high-res EVF, and a tilting screen that's great for waist-level shots. Its high-resolution sensor captures stunningly detailed images, with plenty of leeway to crop your photos, and its in-body image stabilization can help you shoot at slower shutter speeds handheld. Battery life is also excellent for a mirrorless camera. It isn't the most comfortable camera to shoot with because of its small hand grip. Number 1. Fujifilm X-H2S. The Fujifilm X-H2S is one of the best Fuji cameras we've tested. This flagship model ditches some of the things Fujifilm is known for, like dedicated exposure control dials and a compact design. However, it's a hybrid powerhouse with a lot to offer for pros and enthusiasts, including a sturdy weather-sealed build and excellent ergonomics. Its real standout feature, however, is its 26-megapixel stacked APS-C sensor, which offers a remarkably fast readout speed for quicker burst shooting and minimal rolling shutter distortion. That aside, the camera has in-body image stabilization, IBIS, and high-end video specs, including 6.2K open-gate recording with external RAW video output and internal Apple ProRes codecs, making this a fantastic videography camera for the price. If you don't shoot as much video or action photography, consider its sister model, the Fujifilm X-H2. Rather than using a stacked design sensor, the X-H2 has a 40.2 megapixel sensor, so it's a great choice for high-resolution portraits, landscapes, or studio photos. The Fujifilm X-H2S is amazing for studio video. It can record video at up to 6.2K with internal 10-bit 4.2.2 color from the full width of the sensor. 6.2K and 4K up to 30 FPS are also recorded from a 14-bit readout when using the F-Log2 profile, allowing the camera to capture a wider dynamic range than most consumer cameras. On top of that, it supports high-quality, low-compression Apple ProRes codecs internally, and raw video output with a compatible external recorder. The stacked design of its sensor keeps the rolling shutter effect to a minimum too. Plus, you get a full-sized HDMI port and inputs for video accessories like a mic and headphones. Its battery life is also great, and there's no recording time limit. However, it can also overheat during long recording sessions, though Fujifilm sells an optional cooling fan accessory meant to reduce the risk of overheating.